Hi, my name is Matt Shoemaker. How we had some issues with my previous submission for Lab 4, so I just wanted to go ahead and just resubmit the video, just to show you that I've got it working. So this is my top level. It's it's code. I've got the buttons doing their thing. VGA, entity, clock divider. The LEDs aren't doing anything yet, but my VGA lib is the same. VGA entity. This is where I've got my ball and sync entity in a couple of layers here. This is also where it declares the colors. But if I go into the ball, basically just bounces around. It took me a little while to figure out the reset stuff. It's a little funky, but I guess I ought to. So this is top level. Make sure that this is actually, where is it? Top level set as priority. Go ahead and let that play. While it's playing, I kind of already have it loaded up here. So it's resets. When I flip this switch, starts going, bounces off the sides. It's got that pink color that was prescribed. When I stop, it stops and it stays and it starts again. When I reset it, it goes back to the middle. Right now it's kind of deciding its own path of whether or not it goes up, down, left, right, or middle. But I think that's pretty easy reset stuff. Also, I think it's a little bit nicer that way. I think it just memorizes the direction it's going in. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. Now, I don't know about this flickering that's been happening. Anyways, this is all done doing its thing, so go ahead and just blast that real fast. Show you that it's the one. As soon as it comes back, there it is. Boop. Same deal. Still bouncing. Still stopping. Still returning to the middle. While I've got you here, though, let's go ahead and open up Model Sim. I don't know what was going on with my audio earlier today, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you this real fast while I've got it. So these are compiled. Compile all. It really likes it. No errors. I'm gonna go ahead and open up work. Grab the test bench. Does its thing. Takes its time. We can go ahead and scroll this down a little bit. Add to wave, region, and then go ahead and run all. Now this gives me a false because that's how I'm stopping it. Simulation end. Anyways, the bins are all happy and full. I think it's kind of neat. It seems like this random seed really likes a couple of these different attributes. And if we take a look at the wave, you can see that it's zoom full. It stays 1-1 for most of it. Oh, so there we go. Which is a little weird, but I promise it's random. I can pull that up real quick too. Open 6. Test bench. This is what I got running. I got DUT, a clock process, write process, and here's the random values. Total of 3 in the width of 2 gives me 0 through 4, or 0 through 3 giving me 4 values. And then the random int. I'm doing it 255 by 8 because when you turn that to signed, it acts as negative. But it was easier to pass into a function here than negative numbers. And I had this more complicated too, but I had to change it back because it was giving me errors. Anyways, we got bins. These bins, they measure stuff. The select and so basically with these bins, I'm observing the normal functions, and then I've just got some waiting so it has some time to work. And then these coverage datas, it's almost like a little mini behavioral in here, but basically it's just measuring, is this what's happening when it's supposed to be happening? And then I've got, so my behavioral model was giving me timing issues, so I took the actual assignments out of the process right here. And so this model, all it does is really tell you what's happening in the command prompt. I can show you. So like here, when things happen, it tells you like it's adding -86 with -86, and it's just, yeah, so that's kind of giving you a list of what's going on. But I was having an issue where these lines weren't lining up. So the input, or the actual like output up here, or the so the output and the ALU out were like a clock cycle off from each other. So bringing the behavioral out of the process fixed that issue. So now they're in line with each other. I don't get a bunch of errors, and it finishes, as you can see with the bins. Anyways, and then I've got a verify process. This is what actually throws the errors if there's problems. So if it's positive and the integer is greater than 0, then it's good. Or if it's positive, or if it's not positive and the integer is equal to or less than 0, then it is good. If those two things don't happen, it says, hey, stupid, you messed up, and I have to restart again. That does it. These are for all of the different metrics now. There's 4 asserts and 7 bins, and you might be thinking, well, that's kind of wrong, and maybe it is, but I like to think that each of these, so if you see there's multiple statements here, and I think these multiple statements cover all of my bins, because these are just simpler statements. So I feel like I'm well covered under these regards, and the bins still fill up even if the asserts don't go bad.